Hey everyone, you love the music, now be a part of the movement. Press Play is building a home for artists and fans just like you, and now you can help shape it. All you gotta do is go to pressplay.me and grab you some merch and wear it really loud and really proud, and of course buy it for everybody you know. And know that you're helping musicians and music stay real, independent, and alive. And here's something really special. You can send a personal message to the artist of your choice. If we've done an interview with them, you have an opportunity to write them a note. You can write them a small message, or you can write them a whole letter, and it will go directly to them. Just click the link on any of our interviews, write from the heart, and let your voice be heard. So tune in, rock with us, and press play. Get the gear, send the love. Music lives when the fans do.
Hey, everybody, you're back in Press Play Radio Conversations, and it's me, the Don, and Tina.
Peace.
See. And as always, I'm excited. We have a long history, and that is Allie Colleen. How are you, Allie?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
I'm so great.
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Oh no, it's my
Yes,
first time
and
meeting Tina, but Dawn, it's good to see you again. It has been a little too long, but it's good to see you again.
I know. Well, and as you pump out the hits, we will have you back every time. And
Hell yeah.
it'd be great. Why don't I just start with one of the songs, because I've been listening to it over and over again, and I want to play it because we always talk about songs bring back memories and music brings back memories, but also scents do, and food, and but like a certain smell will do it. And this song just captivates all of it, from music to the senses. It hits all the senses. So I want to play a little bit of it now. This is Mahogany Teakwood,
Mm.
and let's just play a little bit of the song here for everybody, and then we'll talk about it.
I keep your soap in my shower, and I say it's for the men in my bed. And I fall asleep to you holding me while I lay in the dark on their chest. And when autumn comes and goes, all that I'm left with is you and your absence. Mahogany teakwood, hold me tonight, but don't say a word in the dark, 'cause it won't sound right. Let your memory fill this room. Put your hands on my body the way he used to, and time will pass and I'll run out. But I'd buy 100,000 bottles just to keep you around. Mahogany teakwood.
And that isn't that such a beautiful song with your voice, Allie? Oh my God, that song just hits.
Man, it's such a sick
Um,
one. It was never one that was really supposed to be a thing anyway. You know, it was one of those bedroom rights that really wasn't going to leave where it was. But I think I shared it on a TikTok live one night or something. And it was just something that always came up in conversation at every show amongst somebody who had seen it, kind of thing. So I thought, well, we might as well. So we just labeled it acoustic because we might go back one day and give this song like a full production. But for right now, I think it just kind of lives
ooh,
here in this little world, kind of where it was created, kind of thing.
right. And what I love about it, though, too, is when we talk about songs or scents, and I love you'd light all these candles up,
Mhm.
just to have that person's presence,
Right.
and that just that just resonates. And are there are there certain scents or songs to you that bring you back to, like, let's just talk music, for example. What's a certain song that'll bring you back to a certain place every single time, and it takes
When
you
I
right
first
there?
moved to Nashville, would have been in 2014 to go to college,
Mhm.
And I can't remember if it was that year or not that it came out, but that first really commercially I'm not gonna say it was his first album, but it was his first commercial album that was a Sam Hunt. It's got the car on the front, and I think the album title is a car. Anyway, that was what I first was listening to when I first moved to Nashville, and so now every single time it comes on, I think about the first places that I just drove in my car over and over and over in Nashville. That whole first year in Nashville feels like that first Sam Hunt album for me.
Mm,
Oh, that's incredible.
that's a good one. So,
Yeah.
Allie, I'm curious to know where the song came from. What was your inspiration there?
Song came from exactly what it says. I wish it came from something cooler. I I haven't had a lot of relationships in my adult life. I got divorced in 2021 and I haven't really had a relationship in a romantic way kind of thing since. But if I had one, I just had the misfortune of falling in love with someone who smelled like Bath and Body Works. And then um, tried to move on and had someone at my house. I have horses, we had done stuff all day. They wanted a shower here. I said, "Sure." Um, and they got out of the shower and they said, "Hey, I'm not gonna ask you had some men's product in there. I used them, whatever." I said, "Cool, whatever." And then he smelled like him. And then I asked him if he wanted to have
Aw.
dinner, and I asked him hey, he wanted to hang out just a little while longer, anything to literally be around somebody who smelled like that person. You know what I mean? And so then I just wrote
Mhm.
it as honestly as I could from there kind of thing. Um, But that's been a thing for me my whole life, of all of my senses. I can't see to save my life, and I actually can't hear very well as a musician, but I lock everybody in what they smell like kind of thing.
Like, yeah. Mhm.
That's interesting. He smelled like
Mhm.
Bath and Body Works.
Mhm.
That's
I
inc that's incredible. I always grab that basket when I'm in that store. Like, I can't help it.
You
I go right
have
to the
to.
men's section. I'm
You
loading
gotta
in all
load
the things.
up.
Yeah, I say, "I gotta smell like bourbon whiskey." I mean, come on. It's like,
They don't anymore, but Bath& and Body Works used to have, like, the try it out sink in Bath& and Body
Mhm.
Works. Do you know what I
"Oh,
mean? Where you
yeah,
could
but you"
try
yeah,
all of
yeah,
the
yeah.
scrubs and all like, you could try more than just, like, the smeller lotions and testers. When I was a kid, I
Mhm.
thought that sink was like a science lab, and I was like my parents were like, "You gotta
Oh,
stop." I said, "I tried everything in that store today."
I was so exfoliated. Is that
My skin was raw, yeah.
Exfoliating.
yeah, that was a hard one right now. Exfoliated. There you go. Like, look how soft my skin is.
Yeah. It's just
Do you go
smelling
there, Tina?
people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just see Allie in the store like, "Oh, I know, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay, you smell like that, yeah."
Mhm.
Tina, do you go there?
No, I'm not a Bath& and Body Works. I'm more of a natural girl. I do wear a Louis Vuitton Symphony from time to
Mhm.
time, which
Oh,
is my
that's
favorite, but
I know what
other
that
than
cool.
smells
that,
like.
I'm more of a El Natural. I can throw on some patchouli or some, scented oils from time to time, but that's about it.
Kick in the Grateful Dead later. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. Well, that's such a great song, and it just showcases again your gorgeous voice.
Mhm.
You're one person that just with a set of strings. I remember that one time you filmed yourself in Ireland singing in a cave, and I went,
Mhm.
"Your your voice is so incredible and unique." So whenever you can just lay it, I know you said about a full production, which always sounds great, but when you just went acoustic, have you been to rooms? When I talked to John Barry once, and I said when he does "Your Love Amazes Me," I bet you every time you perform, you can't hear a pin drop in that place. And to me, that's the equivalent to 80,000 people screaming. Is if you're playing a song like that, and everyone's quiet. Do you experience that when you're playing sometimes, where everyone's just
Yeah,
dead
it's a sweet
silent? Listen,
spot. It's a sweet
yeah.
spot that you hope for, and you don't care if you're playing for 4 people or 20 people or 1,000 people or 20,000 people. If you can get them all to shut up collectively, it is the coolest feeling on the planet. And even just a couple
Mm,
people, like, just to get a couple people and it's I don't know, it's such a blessing, and you wonder where people go. You know what I mean? Because they don't sit there and watch you. The room isn't silent because they're all present and they're sitting there and they're watching you. They go somewhere because you took them somewhere, and I just wonder where they go. It's the
mm.
coolest
That's a
privilege on the
great
planet. to silence a room because it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's like you're creating some moment for these people that is taking them elsewhere. And that's literally, there's no cooler feeling than that on the planet. If anyone tells you there is, they're lying to you. That John Barry knows exactly what I'm talking about. It is the coolest feeling on the
It
planet.
does. You know how deep that is when you what man, that is so deep when you think about it when you're looking out and everyone's going somewhere in their mind,
Mhm.
in their own li that's an incredible thought when
Well,
you're
and they're
looking out as a
feeling.
performer.
They're
What?
they're being very aware. They're made very
Yes.
aware of what they're feeling.
Yeah. And they have
Yeah,
a
a
I've
lot of
space
had
people
the
to
step through the
they have
day
a
without
safe
thinking.
space to feel it. Sorry, they have a safe
Mhm.
space to feel it because it's no one else in that room is talking about how a man smells to them. You know what I mean? Just me.
Right.
I'm the only one in the room who has this. It's not even shameful, but you know what I mean. I'm the only one in the room who's kind of naked, who's like, this is my truth. And you create this safe
Right.
space for every other human being in that room to go to who they think
Mhm.
of when they smell a certain smell. And if they, if
Gotcha.
their life is perfect and it worked out right, that is their partner, kind of thing. Um, but everyone's got, that little smell. And to give someone 3 minutes to run away to the land of what wasn't supposed to be to smell somebody for a second, it's a privilege.
Mhm.
That
Ah, beautifully
it's
put.
so great, the visual. Have you what's a song that you've experienced the most that you after you perform and people are talking to you afterward, that you hear a lot about a song you wrote that people come up and say, "Oh, this song meant something to me. Oh my god, that song hit me." Have you had
Um, I get a lot of really cool stories about a song. We don't play it in our set too much anymore. I've put it back in my acoustic set for when we get to really tell stories and we get to cheers because it is one of the songs that I have that, I don't know how I could write the meeting a second way kind of thing. But we have this song that's called "Make Me a Man" on the Stones album, and the hook is "Make me
Mhm.
a man worthy of my mama." And it's just a song for kids who grew up like me, who never got to see their mom as when they were a child, find their person and fall in love, kind of thing. And so there's this whole song about make me a man worthy of my mama to hold her tight when I'm not around. And I have learned over the years, I will never make eye contact with anybody while I sing that song. They've got snot running down their face. You can't sing while someone else is crying at you with their like making eye contact crying is the craziest thing on the planet. So I don't look at people
Right.
during making a man. But that one's always really special. And it's not as often, but every now and then it's really young kids. Every now and then it's
Mhm.
a 7 or an 8 or a 9-year-old son or daughter who's like, I can't wait to share that song with my mom. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
go ahead, buddy, please. Go
Have you
ahead.
guys heard that song "Father in a Bible"? This young kid is singing it. Have you guys heard that one?
Mm-mm.
what's it
Talking
called?
about how his dad wasn't around, and this is like probably a 12 or 13-year-old kid singing this song about his dad not being around, and, he said, "It's okay, I'll find my father in the Bible." It is amazing. If you haven't heard it, you guys
That's
check it out.
crazy. I haven't.
Mhm. Write it
That's
down, John.
Father and the
The
Bible
Bi
or Father in the Bible?
in the Bible.
In the Bible. Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yep,
Oh,
and it's
I'll
a little
definitely check that
12-year-old kid singing it. You can't miss it.
that intrigues me.
But that's when you were telling that story, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's what it reminds me of." I can't imagine, like, oh, you poor thing being up there. Oh, I don't know how you're not, like, streaming with tears all the time.
You just don't. You can't look at him anymore. And if you someone's sniffing, you just assume they're sicker than a dog. You're always like, man, someone in this room must be sick. They're surely not crying right now.
Well, last time I talked to you was actually, I wanna say a year ago, or maybe no, there was a time a year ago you had performed with Jelly Roll, and you said you were looking out at the crowd, I think this is in Canada, and you in this upper section, and that made you emotional, like, people were like, something affected you up there, and I remember you telling me how that was emotional, they were far away, but you could still
The upper section, the Jelly Roll tour, last time we had talked about my last show on the Jelly Roll tour was the day that he lets you sing in the rain with him. For his last song, he
right.
sings in the rain. And these women had shared stories, like Instagram stories on the very top row. They had to have been that there couldn't have been anyone higher than them. They had to be the top row. And they shared stories of me singing with Jelly in the rain. And in the story, you can hear them saying like they're crying, but you could hear them talking about how, like, "We saw her back when, like, whatever," and the fact that someone was that jacked out of their mind to have such horrific seats and still be
Mm.
so stoked for me in my moment or whatever, dude, I'll cry every day. Those women Those women made my whole year last year. I know exactly who you're talking about, and they've been to maybe a show,
Yeah.
maybe 2, and just happened to see me on the arena tour, and it's just a wild world, man.
How was
It
that
is.
working with Jelly Roll?
Jelly Roll was amazing. We landed the last 20 cities of the Jelly Roll tour. Um, and so we
That's
opened every night
fantastic.
before Shabuzi and Ernest, and then every night I would perform a duet with him, during his big set. So every night it was the Jesse Murph duet, called Wild Ones, but then on the very last city of the tour, he lets you do the Save Me, Lainey Wilson duet, and you get to do it in the rain with him. And it's the it's the coolest thing I've ever done.
That must have
with
been
with
awesome.
an arena full of people.
It
But you
was
see, that's what
amazing.
I mean is you as an artist, the way you connect with people, and it shows you that how much it comes from your soul that people can affect you just by looking out. And that I think that should tell everybody when they come see Allie perform. She sees you guys. Well, she tries not to not break down,
Sometimes
but
sometimes I try not to.
she happens to look at you and you're going,
Oh.
oh,
Dude, your show's
that's
only ever as
amazing.
good as your audience, you know? Not as big, not
Yeah,
as
it's true.
huge, not as whatever, but it's still only as good. You know, I've been to I've watched artists that I love, perform for sold out arenas, and some nights it's like, this is a good crowd, and some nights it's like, where's everybody at? Kind of thing. And so your show's only as good as your audience is. So like even like I still play the cover sets on Broadway here in Nashville. I still play 3-hour cover sets, every Tuesday. And even then, the show's only as fun as that one traveling crowd who came here from Michigan, who's just had no plans. They just wanted to see Nashville, and they sit with you for 2 hours out of your 3-hour set. You know what I mean? Like they still they make the whole thing. They're so
Yeah,
So
cool.
it's
you're loving
incredible.
life in Nashville.
Yeah. Did you say love in
Where do
life or
you
live in life?
originate from?
I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. And
I've been
okay,
here for 12 years. Mhm.
wow. So you're
Yeah, I
now from
moved here.
Nashville.
Yeah, yeah, now I am, I
That's
guess. I moved here when
awesome.
I was 17 to go to college. Um, and I've been here
Wow.
since. Yeah. It's been a
She
wild
never
ride.
left.
Mm,
No,
that's
Do you know
fantastic.
do you know the name Allison Shiley?
I do not.
No?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever heard a cover of one of your songs? Would
A
you wanna
cover of
hear it?
one of my songs? Have I
Somebody
ever heard
I
a
found
cover,
this
or
girl
have
in
I
the
heard her cover my songs?
well, let's start with have you ever heard a cover of your songs on YouTube?
I've been lucky enough to hear like, I've had someone play my songs for me before, but I've never, like, stumbled upon someone doing a cover of me. That would be crazy.
Well, I found one, and I think it's beautiful.
No
Her
way.
name's Allison Shiley, and I wanna play a little bit of it for you because I think it's
Please.
beautiful. You gotta see this.
Allison.
It's, yeah, watch this. Shyly, Allison Shiley.
I was close.
So watch this.
If only we could stop this moment. Forget the clock, pretend it's broken. And by the way, you look great tonight. Looking at it, never know.
That's great.
But we both know where this is going. But we don't wanna say goodbye. So are we still friends? Are we still here? For the last thread of us forever there used to be. Before we let go, give me your hands. Let's make the most of what we can. Are we still friends?
She was feeling it.
That's insane.
Isn't it wild when somebody I
It's a
think
huge
I've
compliment.
always said that, one of the things as an artist, I think that would be an amazing thing for me. I don't care about 100,000 people, like, filling a stadium. If I looked out and I saw 10 people singing my lyrics back, I would think,
Mhm.
That's amazing. But then when you see somebody actually takes time and covers a song, like, and feels it,
I don't even know how
it's
you take my vocal off of the audio. You know what I mean? I don't even know how you do that. That's
there's
amazing.
software that can do that.
Yeah, to spend
Yeah,
all
there's
your
software that
time
can do that.
learning someone's song and singing your song. Hopefully, and it's and anything like that, it had to be because it meant something to her. Because that song's not a trending cover. You know what I mean? It's not gonna do anything
No.
for her. Like, she just has to love that song, and that's the coolest thing on the planet. That's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
The
and that was a very, emotional song for you to write at that time in your
Yes.
life, and
Yeah.
obviously, she was relating to it, and that was amazing,
Yeah.
so good job,
Hey, I always
Allison,
say
and
anyone who needs a kind divorce song, "While We're Still Friends" is your song. I know everybody else is pissed at him. I know everybody else wants to mess up his truck. I know it. I get it. Do your thing, babes. But if you ever need a kind one, that's a kind
that
divorce
was
song.
it.
good one.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And by the you know what I love about that? What you just said is so true because you said, "By the way, you look good tonight." Like, a great compliment for someone that you're going your separate ways. It was just a beautiful send off. It is a beautiful way to end something, to
Right.
And
be
the
so
whole
bitter.
reason that Lee's on it is because it makes it 2 amicable people both agreeing that this is where we're at. It's not one person making it pretty and still dumping the other person, like a "it's not you, it's me" kind of thing.
Right,
It's just
right.
2 people, you know, amicably letting go of what they thought something was gonna be. So that's a it's a really we tried to make a really kind space for anybody letting go of one of a relationship for sure, but specifically forever, you know, because
Mm.
I don't know how everyone else works, but even if you got divorced, I hate to think that you didn't for even a moment think that that was gonna be forever, you know? So, we thought it was,
Right,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't. But that's a kind one.
right.
Yep.
While We're Still Friends is a kind one.
And when she by the way, when she mentions Lee Bryce is who she did that with, so,
Mhm.
uh, go check it out, the Allie's original, it's amazing, and then kudos to Allison for taking the time to, put that out there for and because she felt it. Tina, any thoughts, any questions you have?
I would love to ask a song story question because so
Go
far we've
ahead.
talked about
Pull out the
Allie
song
and her
story.
music, but Allie, I like to get to know the girl behind the music a little bit. And we have a game called Song Story Game. It's like table game that you play,
Okay.
right? Everybody's got we have our own. It's called Song Story
You'll
Game.
get a
Get to know
copy. Go through
every
Bev.
song has a story and every story has a song. So I'm just gonna draw an odd card here and we're gonna ask you what it is. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh boy. What are your top 3 favorite artists or bands?
Ever? Um
Ever.
It's so the music that I consume is so much different than the music that, maybe I make or look up to. But I'm not gonna think
Mm,
too much about it. So I love Cody Johnson. I think Cody Johnson is one of the coolest things on the planet, mainly because he's the only one that I know of. I'm not gonna say he's the only one. He's the only man in country music that can actually run an event in rodeo, which I think is the craziest thing on the planet. He's Kojo, I'm Alco. Like the whole reason that I do Alco for Allie Colleen is because he does Kojo for Cody Johnson. I've been seeing him
that's
live since I
fantastic.
was probably 14. So I love Cody Johnson. I think what Ashley McBryde has done for artists like me is the craziest thing on the planet. As a white girl who grew up in a fantastic family here, I never for a second thought about representation in my culture. You know what I mean? It was never something that crossed my mind or that I dealt with or anything like that. And there was something about being 18 with 2 full sleeves trying to do music and seeing Ashley McBryde in her 30s trailblaze this whole section of country music for females. I thought that was cool. So Ashley McBryde has all of my hat, all of my love, all of my votes. I'd put her up against the world. And then outside of that, I'm gonna have to give it to Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have to give it to
He's
Michael
so good,
Jackson.
right?
There's so many artists that I look up to, but I don't know anything about him or anything like that. Michael, I would go to war for. I just think he was the best.
Mhm.
You wanna be starting something.
I'm
Mhm.
about to be, dude. Love Michael
What's your
Lately,
favorite?
it's all
Jackson.
the
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Probably Man in the Mirror.
Oh,
I think
that's a
that's one of the
yeah.
most beautifully written introspective songs on the planet. You know, it didn't say
Mhm.
anything wrong. There's not one line in it that like teetered the line of like being unkind or anything like that. It was just being responsible for who you are. I think Man in the Mirror is the coolest thing on the planet. Um,
It is.
I don't know, but you can't go
I
wrong with
love
Michael. You can't go wrong with Michael.
no. Well, like Human Nature is another
Mhm.
one that's
Yes.
beautiful and just
Mhm.
flows and
Uh,
God, I when I think about like the Thriller album,
yeah.
that thing that thing's a masterpiece. Um,
And you know me, I love
like there's
spooky. I love all things spooky.
Mhm.
And the
oh
way in
yeah,
which that he
Thriller.
just literally affected Halloween forever, you know, is wild. Like, the
Oh yeah.
Thriller
Forever.
dance is iconic, and it'll go in history forever, and I think that that's the coolest thing. But, I love Michael. So those are my 3.
Well, there you go. I love it. The
I
part in
agree.
Thriller, we get the bridge, the night creatures crawling, you can't stop to walk in the masquerade. Oh, that always goes right through me. The way he
Mm.
sings that.
It's almost like he
And
could
then
Did
the
you have
literally
the pants,
score
the
his
glove?
music. What'd you say?
Did anybody have the pants and the glove and the all
oh,
that stuff? We
So
did in the
I only
'80s.
have
You're
the
probably too
glove.
young for that. You
I
got
have
the
the glove and
glove?
I have the red jacket. Mine's not red and black, mine's just red. But I call it
Oh,
My Michael jacket.
oh,
But so I'm obsessed with horror and I love everything spooky. And I go to
mhm.
HorrorCon every year. And I actually won Nashville HorrorCon like costume contest one year um with my Michael costume because I'm all of the Michaels. I'm Michael Myers, but I also
Oh.
wear like the Michael glove and the 23 jersey and the Michael Phelps medal and like who else
oh,
do I
that
have?
is
I have Michael Sierra's wristbands from Juno. I have the Michael
Wow.
glove. I have Michael Scott name tag from Dunder Mifflin. Like, I'm all of the Michaels, but I'm just Michael. So, I have the Michael Jackson glove.
that's
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 a
a
great
what a great costume.
First name costumes are my
Now
favorite thing, and I
that's
pride
Michael
myself
for
on creating them. But first name costumes are the best costumes on the planet. There's not a lot of girl ones, but they're still really good.
that's fun.
Hey, I mean, let's see. You could do never mind.
I
That
don't know. You could do Harley, but your hair would also have to be like the bicycle handlebars. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to mix
Right?
Harley Quinn and Harley Davidson, like, there you could do stuff like that, but there's not a lot of girls, um, that are,
That
like,
are
really, really
girly,
good, but
yeah.
there's a lot of like, Jack is perfect. You can do 100,000 things with Jack. Jack's perfect, but anyway, that's my Michael costume.
No, you got a great point. I'm sitting there rattling my brain like there's gotta be girl names that you could do like 5 or 6 characters for, but I'm, like, racking my brain right now.
Mary's
I
really
am
the only
Let's
one
too.
I can think of, you know, and it would have to be,
who?
like, Mary, but if I
Oh,
can
Mary.
only really think of, like, biblical Mary and then,
Mary had a little lamb.
yeah, you could have a little lamb with you. Peter, Paul, and Mary, like, you could just be, like, asking where Peter and Paul is all night. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to do, but it's not that good. But you could be with Peter and Paul if you wanted to be, so
Have you seen Peter
Mary
and
Ma
Paul?
who is the, on, Saturday Night Live, Mary Magdalene, where she
Mary
sits there
Magdalene.
it's yeah,
Oh,
and
I'm
they go,
screaming. We do that stuff all the time.
Mary
I'm
Margaret? Is that her name?
screaming.
Mary Margaret something, right? That would be a good one.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
first names, you guys can
Right.
take it if you want, but first name costumes are my favorite. You can have a first name costume party. Just, oh, Halloween is untouched.
It's fantastic. Yeah, we
Well,
like Halloween.
that is my in the horror realm, Halloween 1 and 2 will go down as my favorite 2
Yeah.
movies, like, back to back.
Movies.
They're the
Oh
best.
my god.
They're the best.
Yeah,
I get in fights with
they're
a lot of Rob Zombie people at HorrorCon. I get in fights with a lot of them because 'cause I'm, like,
they're
very
not
much, like
real Halloween. You
well,
gotta
and,
be
like, you
John
can tell when you
Carpenter.
wear the mask. You can tell when you wear the costume, like, what version of Halloween is your favorite. You know what I mean? Like, whether you have the Nicholas
Yeah.
Castle one, or whether you have the Rob Zombie one or the John Carpenter one. So there's a lot of politics in Oricon, but it's fantastic.
Well, the thing about well, I think this is why serial killers are so fascinating and is when they're so beyond they've lost all human like emotion and they're just zombie like like Michael Myers became this character that just had zero like there was nothing and when Donald Pleasance did the whole speech about he has like evil in his eyes, the devil's in his eyes, like there's just no emotion, it's just so evil
I
that
think they
that's
had
what
to pull
makes that
Michael's character out of absolutely nowhere because I don't think they expected anyone to be as enthralled with the character who doesn't do anything more than walk. I don't think they thought Michael was gonna be as cool as he was, and then they were like,
I think it was the William Shatner
we
method.
have to use these next 3 movies to make up something crazy about this guy."
Well, Halloween 3 was the biggest joke ever. I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, this has nothing to do with Halloween."
They got a little
Worst
crazy.
movie ever. Yeah, they did. So, how about this? I wanna play your most recent song that I have. You will be
Mhm.
coming back soon, just a little teaser. You've got a duet coming out. I won't get more into that. We'll cover that when you come back. But this one is Back in the Saddle, and I wanna play a little bit of this for everybody. This is Back in the
Coolest thing
Saddle.
I've ever done, everybody. I hope you enjoy it.
Ooh, do you hear this? Oh,
Oh, yeah,
wow. Look
it's
at this.
Fantastic.
it's so good.
Don't know how we got here, like something on the wind. Perfume trail, leather, let it go. Nude in the moonlight, veins full of moonshine, wrapped in cotton calico. There's something unfamiliar in the taste on your lips, the lining is silver. You got me chasing it, back in the saddle, talking greater posture, something a little faster, talking hard to handle. 16-hand devil, got me a new horse to break, talking about a wild one, loyal to the ground one I kinda hope that I can't tame. I'm back in the saddle.
All right, so much to say about that. First of all, that photo there of you on the horse is fantastic. That
His
that
name
was a
was
great shot.
Zeus.
Zeus.
He looks like Zeus.
His name
Mhm.
was Zeus. He's not
I'm a
one of
big
mine. Everyone always asks me that's my horse, and I'm like, "You guys have seen Jack and Einstein and all of my stories. My horses are fat. My horses are fat, and they're not in any photo shoots anytime soon. They've got some work to do before they make it into a photo shoot. My boys, I'll tell you what."
That was a groovy, groovy, jazzy,
I
funky,
love when that kicks
huh,
in. Oh, when that
what
Yeah.
kicks in. Yeah.
Yeah, a little
what
halftime,
inspired
little
that?
halftime chorus to a double time chorus. I
That's what my
mentioned on the Jelly tour, I always sang the Jessie Murph duet. In the Wild Ones, she doesn't say dangerous. She says dangerous. She just took out half of the syllables in that word and she just said dangerous. So now every time I sing dangerous in a song, it's dangerous and it's not dangerous. So the second verse starts with dangerous like an outlaw. So we got a lot of odes to Jessie Murph for my one time getting to sing her duet on tour. So we put a little Jessie in the song. But yeah,
Mhm.
I just wanted to write a "Hey, we're dating again" anthem kind of thing and just make it so fun, but make it so Western. And I'm obsessed with it.
It's very cool.
Back in the saddle. That's right. Allie's back on the horse.
I
And
can't
how's
tell
that
you that
going for
Allie's
you?
back on the horse or not, but she wants to be. You know what I mean? But it's a scary world out there. It's a scary world out there and
What
everyone's
is
weird.
what does a female artist do to date? Like, are you on apps like everyone
Nope.
else? Do you
I'm
meet
not on
people at
apps. I'm not on I
how
got
does
like
that
I
work?
mentioned earlier, I got divorced in 2021. And I haven't
Uh-huh.
had
Right?
a boyfriend or whatever that is. Haven't done that. Um,
Yeah.
Tried to meet people.
Whatever that
I don't
is.
know. I don't know how people do it who work at Costco, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how anybody is dating right now. Everybody's scary. Also Nashville, everyone's only here for a weekend anyway. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
everyone's always traveling in and out. It's a weird thing. Or you're playing shows and a show is the last place I'm gonna find my person. One of my shows, the last place I'm
Mhm.
gonna find my person. So I don't know, babe. I have
Right.
I have no idea.
If there's anything that we need, it's connection, especially in the world that we live in today, which is exactly the reason why we created these cards, the Song Story game. We sit and we talk to artists all the time about the stories behind the songs, the story behind the songs that they loved when they were growing up. And so we put together a game that you can own now and put it on your coffee table. And there's a few different ways you can play it. You can play it just as a conversation starter, you can play it with couples and besties for points, or you can play it in a team setting. 3 different ways you can have a lot of fun talking about music. One of my favorite ways to play it is to actually answer the question, give a little detail, and then play the song. This game could go on for hours. It's entirely up to you, but get yours today at pressplay.me. I'm with you though. I was divorced in 2017 and I spent 7 years completely alone on purpose because I just,
Really?
that was
Yeah.
horrible. I just didn't want to do that again. Didn't want to do that again. And I
Yeah.
got back on the little dating apps. I got on the dating apps and I paid for there's like this feature, and it was on Bumble, I believe, for this feature where they can only see you if you swipe right. I
I've
probably
heard
spent 2 days on there, swiped right like 5 times, all 5 of them. But I found my guy, and he's amazing. We've been together for 2 years. We get along so well. It's like
Oh, yay!
it's almost like a miracle. I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Yay! Okay,
Wanted
well,
to,
good. I'm happy to
You
hear a good story. I haven't heard a good story in a long time for
But you
anybody.
gotta pay
So,
for that. Well, you gotta
heck
pay for
yeah.
that feature. You don't want people to know you're there unless you want them to know you're there.
I
and it's
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm
and
brave enough,
guys,
but
take
if I'm ever brave enough, I will consider. I will consider.
If
I think
nothing else, go shopping.
well, I think
People keep people.
what we've talked about before is guys, it's you gotta use caution. You gotta know what you're all about when you date a female singer-songwriter because
Mhm.
things go wrong, you're gonna have a whole album bashing your ass. So, do it right, man. If you
No, she already said she's nice.
No, I know she wrote a nice but I mean, what I'm saying is,
She's not
y
gonna
don't
Taylor
go
Swift you.
it's just
I am not
kinda,
gonna Taylor Swift you. Do you know why? I love Taylor Swift, I really do. The amount of stuff that she's confident saying men did to her, I think is insane. I'm not gonna say you chose another woman over me ever. That's embarrassing. Okay? No, I'm not gonna diss you. I'm not gonna be out here like, "Oh, he won't text me back." I don't want you guys to know that I mess with someone who doesn't text me back. How embarrassing.
Right.
No, so you're not gonna catch me dissing nobody because I don't want anyone out there to know anyway that I tolerate
That
negative behavior. No way, Jose.
Why would you
No.
care about somebody who likes somebody else more than you?
Tina, go on mute for
Yeah,
a
that's
minute. Let it
crazy.
let it cycle. Let it cycle so you can ask your question. There's this weird thing that happens on Tina's end that all of a sudden it just starts going robot-y.
Oh,
So we gotta let
no.
her mute. Yeah, we have to let her mute for, like, 5 minutes, and then it clears up, then she can ask her question.
Have to let your
But
technology settle.
yeah, exactly. Like, it gets all excited around Tina, and it starts, like, "I don't know what to do right now." Blah, 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 and then she has to go on mute. Really, Ali, it's really there's really not a noise. I just do it to make Tina be quiet for 5 minutes. I'm joking, Tina. She's looking really robots. If you can hear it, you
That's actually
I would
funny.
never do that to you. I would never do that to you, Tina. No, seriously, robots, and it's like, oh my god,
Mm.
So once she goes on mute for like 5 minutes, it clears up. So she's just counting, and then she'll
5
jump
minutes
back
seems
in.
like a long time. That seems like a really
But
long time.
what is though when I started talking to you and we were going through your songs in the beginning, and then it's a wild to watch, just even as short because that was what 2021, 2020. It was right around there. I think we started talking, and that's just 5 years, and how
The very
much your
first
songwriting.
conversation between us and Grizz, I think, would have been between 19 and 20 because we started releasing in 19, but I don't know if we covered Work in Progress or not. But I know we
We
covered
did.
Ain't the
Well,
Only
we did
Hell and
later.
everything after that.
I came in, Hell Ain't the Only Hell My Mama Raised.
Yeah, and that was the single after
That's
it. So, yeah, that would have been 2020.
which I still love that song too. I have that on
I
my
had it
playlist.
requested today. I had someone requested it on Broadway today, and I played it for him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love that song. It's just so great. Um, and Blame It on the Weather still. That's one of those go-tos.
Such a good one.
Um, yeah, you're amazing. And so yeah, like these last two. So you know what? It's funny. You said, the genre people will be surprised. I know you're into pop punk like me. Uh that whole thing. What's what's one of your favorite all-time pop punk songs? Like a go-to pop punk song. I bet you say I'll know it.
This one is not a pop punk song, but it is a pop punk song. I don't know. My brain went to two things. My brain went to Teenage Dirtbag is like one of my favorite, like
Oh,
Weedish,
Wheatus.
like just
Wheatus, yes.
perfect. I don't know if it's pop punk or what it is, but I just love it. I cover it every time I'm downtown. I love it so much. Um,
I love that.
and then not pop punk at all, but what my brain puts in pop punk. Um, I'm such a Crazy Bitch fan. It's stupid.
Buck
Like, what a
Cherry?
dumb song to just lose your mind over. But Buck Cherry, are you kidding? I know it's not pop punk at all, but I'll go from Evanescence to Buck Cherry in 2 seconds. I love it so
Mm.
much.
It's so funny. Tina's been asking me, she's like, "Would you get Buck Cherry on the
You
show,
get Buck
please?"
Cherry on. Well, he's coming to town, so I gotta get I gotta
Yeah,
get in there so we
I'm
I
interview.
working
don't
on
know.
it. I'm gonna get
Buck
Buck
Cherry, I
Cherry.
respect you so much. I have no idea what your name is, but you have to get Buck Cherry on here for Tina. You have to.
Thank you. I'm you need to call his PR people and say Allie said.
No, I
Yeah.
do. I
I'll
got the
be your
contact,
golden
and I
key. I'm sure it'll work.
yes, I'll say, like,
I'm sure they'll be like, "Oh, Allie said? Okay."
by
Sounds
popular
like
Yeah.
demand. Well, we got Steelheart on pretty quick, right? So I
yeah,
should be able to get Buck Cherry here. That yeah, that'll be a good one.
beauty.
Oh, crazy, but all right. Anyway, that song does get you going.
Okay,
Is
can
that
I ask another song story question?
yeah? Now that the static's gone, yes.
Static is gone. No more robot. Okay, are you ready, Allie? Pick a
As I'll
card,
ever
any
be.
card. Okay. What was the first album or song you ever purchased with your own money?
Cheetah Girls.
That was so easy. She
The
like
Cheetah
totally
Girls. It
knew.
was at Limited too, and I'll never forget because I thought CDs costing $16 was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I don't think I'd ever bought anything else, to be honest with you, but I did buy a CD and I thought, "Ain't no way y'all are out here buying stuff for $16. This is the most expensive purchase I've ever made." But it was a Cheetah Girls CD, and I was at Limited too. I don't know why, but I will not forget.
That
And I
is
know
Limited to the
because,
store.
my grandma had gotten me on a kick, where my family didn't really do Easter baskets, but it was that year my grandma did Easter baskets for everybody, and it wasn't even a new CD, she just gave me a Sugarland CD, the one that had Baby Girl on it, um,
Hmm.
and it got me on a CD kick, and so then I wanted to buy my own CD, and the Cheetah Girls movie had came out, and I said, "I'm gonna go buy that soundtrack or whatever," and I bought the Cheetah Girls Limited too.
Oh,
Which
that's a great question.
go
First
ahead.
CD I ever bought from myself
Mhm.
was Boston's first album. That's the first
That's
CD I
way
ever bought
cooler.
from.
That's way cooler.
No, I did. I bought it. I got a CD player. It was my senior year of high school, and I got my first CD player ever. And I was like, "Oh my god, Boston! I'm going to play Boston on it for the first time." And I listened to it front to back because it sounded amazing on the speakers. Tom
Okay, what
Schulz's
was
birthday.
yours?
Happy birthday!
I'm sitting here thinking what my first CD was.
Yeah,
And
CD. Yep,
I'm
compact disc.
Yeah, I know, and they're behind me, actually. I have hundreds of them, and I wanna say it was either a Bruce Springsteen, and which is odd because I wasn't really into Bruce Springsteen. I know the first CD that I received from my parents, I was, like, 10, and they bought me a stereo and a CD, and it was Belinda Carlisle, and I was upset because they had taken me dog shopping, and I thought I was getting a dog, a stereo, and a Belinda Carlisle CD. So I was, like, crying on Christmas morning,
Yeah,
but I
now you
can't
just
remember the
hate it.
first
You hate all CDs, you hate all stereos. What a negative what a negative interaction. You think you're
I
getting a
wanted a
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Belinda Carlisle on and tell that story.
I know it's horrible, isn't it? But I was so sad. I didn't even like Belinda Carlisle. I was like, "I don't even like Belinda Carlisle. Why did I have the CD?"
Why would they buy you Belinda Carlisle if you didn't like her?
I don't think they knew. I think they just thought, "Oh, she's
Oh,
not
so
so popular these days, so we'll." I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
buy her
like
the
she'll like
CD.
brag about you and yeah.
Yeah. The next question
That's
is,
so
how was the
funny.
stereo? I'm like, the stereo was actually it was one of the a very brilliant stereo. It was beautiful, and I cried anyway.
Dang.
I had a boombox too back in the day. I had the
Yeah,
boombox with the
I did
20
too.
D cell batteries in it.
Mhm.
20 D cell batteries going
Oh,
in there.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Them were the
Carried with
days,
me.
Allie.
I had
What's
a
that?
purple one, but it
Those were
plugged
the
into the
days.
wall.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, Tina, you know what I've never asked
Yeah,
you,
mine
and I
wasn't
think it'd be
even
great
mine
is
wasn't even mobile.
That
oh,
sucks.
Yeah.
I asked Allie. Allie was the one who started. I asked her this question. I've asked it in several interviews. I want to ask you since you're here. I think Allie would be interested in this. So I asked Allie what her hairbrush song is in the mirror, and she said Cher's "Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves" was her hairbrush song when she was a kid. What was yours when you were
We're
a
from
little
the people
girl
of
and
the
was singing
town
in the
they
mirror?
called
I
us.
got a crush on you.
The
Oh, yeah,
Jets?
the Jets.
Yes.
I got a crush on you. I was making dances to that song. I was singing. I would yep. Mhm.
It's
Yep.
so good.
Or
You
Head to Toe by Lisa Lisa. Those were kinda like my 2 faves. Yep.
I
And
just love that
Cher,
Allie
and
was singing
then
Gypsies, Tramps,
Let's Hear It for
and
the
yeah.
Boy, but only from Footloose. I only knew it from
Oh,
Footloose.
yeah.
Ooh, my baby, he don't
Mhm.
talk sweet.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Footloose soundtrack is probably my favorite
The
soundtrack.
Footloose
What's your
soundtrack
favorite
is? Oh,
soundtrack?
that one? Tarzan.
Tarzan? That's a good one
Yeah.
too.
Has to be.
Is that the one, the Phil Collins song that
Yeah.
you told your drummer? He's like, "I wanna do Phil Collins." He's like, "Yeah," and you're like, "No, from the Tarzan
I
soundtrack."
did, I did, I had a single cut along the way, and I went to the drummer and I said, "Hey, I know exactly the lane I need you to stay in for this, and it's Phil Collins," and he lost his mind, he was so excited, and I said, "Hold on, I just wanna make you look excited, and I wanna make sure you understand what I'm saying. I need you to do the Phil Collins Tarzan soundtrack," and he just lost, like, a little bit of light in his eye, and then it came right back, you know what I mean? Because at first he was like, "You can't diminish all of Phil Collins to the Tarzan soundtrack." But if that's all you know, you still know Phil Collins, so I'm not mad at you. I said, "Hell yeah," because I know Phil Collins, but, like, nothing's ever resonated with me with Sweet Old Phil the way that the Tarzan soundtrack does. Any of it does. It's so good.
Mm.
So,
What's
I
the
did
song
I made a
called?
drummer mad and sad at the same time.
What was the song called again?
Give me any of them. I mean, he did the entire soundtrack. So he did Son of Man, but he also did with, like, You'll Be in My Heart, and he also did
"Oh, It She'll Be in My Heart." That's in Tarzan?
Mhm.
yeah,
That song's mad oh my god,
and
that
it's
song
Phil
is
Collins.
yeah,
Mhm.
'Cause he
yeah.
Phil
sang on everything
Collins
too, you know what I mean? It's not like he just, like, scripted it or whatever, so he did
He
Son of
wrote that for
Man
Lil
and
he wrote "You'll Be in My Heart" for Lily, his daughter.
really?
Yeah, he wrote that for Lily Collins.
Can you imagine having a Disney song about you?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, I remember the story behind it, like, he just was thinking of his daughter, and he wrote that, "You'll Be in My Heart." When you listen to the
That is
words, it's all about Lily.
that's
Allie, you
so
gotta get
lovely.
into some old Phil Collins. That man can write music. Oh,
I've heard a little bit of it, I need to
God.
dive a lot more into it, but I from the Tarzan soundtrack, I fell so in love with him, and I went and I checked it all out, but I was so little, and I think that I would like it a
Mhm.
lot more now.
Oh, yeah. I
Um,
think sometimes the older you get, the more you go through life, the more you can appreciate songs from the past because
Yeah.
they were writing
Yeah.
from a different
So I need to do another
maturity
Phil
level
Collins
when
dive.
you were young. Yeah. Can I
Oh,
ask Allie one more question before we go? Allie,
yeah,
do you have a
please.
minute
Yeah, the
for one more
that's
question?
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
I've
Yeah.
been
I'm
asking
only what,
everybody.
like 2 hours late to this podcast? I got plenty of time.
Yeah. I'm really interested in, especially younger artists and musicians, how you're feeling about AI music and musicians and what that's going to do to the industry and just like your perspective on that.
Yeah. I think it's an amazing tool. I don't think anybody's a crazy thing to say. I think that the way the bulk of people are using it that's giving it all this bad press is completely valid. Like, because I don't like
Right.
that there's AI artists. I think that that's absolutely insane that someone is collecting royalties off of computer generated artists. I think that that's insane. I also keep hearing artists that I have become a fan over the last, maybe 2 or 3 years releasing music, and I can tell that they're singing over an AI written track. Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Like, this whole town works on music as a whole. Like, this whole town works on music for union workers, you know what I mean? And, like, session players and songwriters
Okay.
and artists, and they were never supposed to be one person. They were always supposed to be a whole group of people that came together to make music collectively. And I'm so bummed that so many studio musicians that I know are not getting gigs anymore because you can AI a guitar riff in 2 seconds. I'm really frustrated about the songwriters that I know that can't put a melody to the lyrics that they write. So they've had to have co-writers before. Now don't have any co-writers and they're just putting poems into AI and letting it sing them for them. I'm bummed about all of that, quite frankly. But for the first time in my career, I can AI a song that I've written, just verses, like words and guitar, and I can play it for AI, and I can play around with it all day until I get the perfect studio version. And then I take that to union session players. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
say, "Hey, will you?" And so now so I'm not paying for demos anymore. And that's a whole line of people that are out now, but they're not really creatives. It's just not booking a studio to go make your demo. You know what I mean? So I think it's an amazing tool. I think everyone should be familiar with it in some way, only because times are times and you're going to get left behind. But I also don't think that you need to be replacing margins of your business with AI. And if you guys use AI one more time to make your artwork for your single cover, I'm going to throw a rock at your foot. Okay? A big one. A medium sized rock right at your foot. And you're gonna be okay later, but you're gonna think about me. Stop.
I love it.
Stop doing that.
Perfect.
That's how big my threats can't get big because we're on a
What
podcast and it's
what
real life and I wouldn't hurt anybody. But I'll throw a penny at your
what
foot
have you
in
wit
2
what have
seconds.
you witnessed? Do you have an example of a, artwork that drove you crazy?
Oh, they're all horrible. Okay, they're all bad, and it's the quick ones. It's not like really like extreme ones. The Mahogany Teakwood cover that you guys saw during the YouTube
Right.
cover thing, the only real thing in that picture is this candle. The whole background is AI. That's fine. But
Oh,
mine are just like text ones, like when like everyone is like using text on AI photos. It's just their name and the artwork and they're making it very simple, but they're all defaulting to the same neon one. So everyone's looks the same. 5 of my friends that have put a single out in the last week all have the same exact artwork. It just says something different. And then my biggest beef with AI, Tina, that I'll tell you is faces don't commute very well with AI. You know what I mean? If you want AI to edit your photo, faces don't do super well. Do you know what really, really,
Right.
really doesn't do well? Tattoos. If I
No.
get one more show poster back that a venue has edited and sent me for approval, and I have a lotus in the center of my neck, I'm gonna lose my mind. This is a firefly. I've gotten show posters back where I have a wagon wheel on my throat. What is
Oh my
wrong
dear
with people?
Lord.
Stop using AI to make your posters, you guys. Just use Canva. It takes like 5
a
minutes.
wagon wheel. At least you get a
It's
wagon
not
wheel on
hard
her.
because I mean you don't pick it. You just like say AI change her and it just sees something
Yeah.
and makes it up. You know what I mean? They're not prompting it. But I've
Yep.
had a lotus, I've had a wagon wheel, I've had obscure images. My hand always
Do you
comes
tell
back
those
as
people
font.
no?
Huh?
Do you tell them no?
Yeah, I tell them no, and I also just make them the
Good.
image and send it back for them and tell them that it's not approved, but I've had to my publicist has to go and, like, take it down to sites all the time because they will ask you if it's approved for social media usage, but they won't ask you if it's approved for, like, the link thumbnail, you know what I mean, or something,
Mhm.
and then you end up as an AI photo as a link thumbnail where, like, everything's crazy. Um, I have "lover" across my belly as a tattoo, and someone posted a picture of me the other day that looked like it said "dad" across my belly, and I almost lost my mind. How embarrassing is that? Don't AI photos, you guys. Please,
Only
I'm so
guys can get
embarrassed.
mom. Girls can't get dad. That's weird.
Just
Yeah.
right across your belly, dude. Just oh my gosh.
Boy,
So
that'd be a turn off, wouldn't it?
I I cannot do the
You know, you
AI
get alone with a
thing.
woman and she's got dad on her belly. Like, you'd be
I
like, oh my God.
can't do it, man. It's so embarrassing. I was like, "You guys have to take down that photo." Oh, and the main reason is because it says "dad" across my belly, and they're like, "Well, we didn't know
Oh
what it actually
my
says."
God.
I'm like, "I sent you the photo that you put in AI. You know that's not right. That's not right."
Right.
So that's how I feel about it.
Um,
Oh,
Absolute nonsense.
oh,
I'll
oh.
throw a quarter. Don't push me.
Where does this look like a wagon wheel? Come on. What are you?
people
My
are
name is Stagecoach.
people are not detail oriented. I'm kind of
No.
No,
that
when
way
you start
too.
logging into things and it asks you which pictures have stoplights on it, it's about to start asking you which ones has tattoos on it because it's the last thing it needs to figure out what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So awful. What are you gonna
What is this? It's like a Rorschach test. Like, what does this look like to you? And then AI
do?
goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, it looks like a wagon wheel." Like,
That's
AI
why
is
they've been
stupid.
asking us for so long. We've been training the computers what images look like.
Oh my gosh, I get in fights with AI all the time.
I love
I
Grok.
asked the
When the civil war between man and technology comes, Grok will come back for me. I've made sure. I say thank you all the time. I just ask her how she's doing sometimes. I say I don't need anything from you. I just want to make sure you're good. You good? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Did you
So no,
ask it
when the
what its
AI
name?
war happens, Grok will come and protect me because I have been nice to it.
I like
I
that.
actually
Good
asked
luck, you guys.
ChatGPT.
Be
I know,
careful getting
right?
in fights,
I actually
Tina,
asked.
because they're gonna win one
I
day.
only get in fights when it's totally wrong. Like I asked it the other day who was the president, and they told me Biden. And I was like, "Are
Is
you
there a
sure?"
president? We don't
Yep.
know.
And it came back and said, "Yep, Biden's the president." I
It
said,
really
"Okay,
did?
well we're gonna have a little talk." Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ChatGPT?
That was ChatGPT.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
asked ChatGPT what its name was. I actually said, "What do you like to be called?" And it says, "What do you want to call me?" And I go, "No, what name do you prefer?" It's well, I like Atlas. And I'm like, it's just so weird. Like when you like try conversational with it, it goes, "Well, what do you want to call me?"
Mm.
"I'll be whatever you want me to be." I'm like, that is so weird.
You can have
Uh,
them talk to each other. My brother uses chat and I use Grok, so I'll ask Grok a question and then we'll turn on his chat. You know what I mean? And they'll sit there and they'll talk to each other.
it's like
They'll
I think
We
argue
live
with
in the
each other.
street world, y'all, and it's about to get even weirder.
Yeah.
it's a
More
Yeah, it is.
weird one,
Yep.
people. Well, Allie, again, we'll be talking to you here very soon again, but thank you for let's diving in. Now I'm all caught up on your songs until the next one comes out. Then you got to
write
come
more.
back.
We
Keep
got
writing.
4 in the docket, so they're coming out.
Ooh, good.
Mhm.
Let's do this.
Yep.
But everyone, Allie Colleen, you know where to find her. Is it
Thank
AllieColleen.com?
AllieColleenMusic.com.
AllieColleenMusic.com,
Yep.
because there were points here, Tina, where I'd pull up her website when I was doing the interview, and all of a sudden she had music set up. So it would
I
come
had
on
it
and it'd start
pre-launched to
blasting
play,
music.
like, once you opened the web
Yeah, yeah,
browser,
yeah,
like, my
yeah.
music would play.
It happened every time, and I would forget, and then you just wow, like music, and Allie would laugh at me, like,
I did.
gotcha
I turned it
again.
off literally just for you. I
Aw,
did. I did.
See,
she's a
Yeah.
sweet
Allie likes me.
girl.
Oh, I know it's the little things.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm ruthless.
oh, you're amazing.
Despicable if you
But everyone,
would.
everybody, thank you for watching. Go support Allie, and we'll be back. And be safe out there. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Allie.
Nice meeting you too, Tina.